Hello, welcome to Greenwood Bonsai Studio today. I want to do a catch-up video on this Crepe Myrtle, and we did quite a reduction on this, trimming the branches back fairly hard, and it was only 7 weeks ago we did this. So now it's the end of September here, and it's only had 7 weeks in the greenhouse. So it's quite a late on in the season to prune this back, and it hardly had any leaves on it once we'd pruned it. It's responded really well, so we'll just come back to it today. It's going back to its owner tomorrow, so just before it does, this new growth it's put out, we can just trim it back to get a bit more definition to these foliage pads. The branches got quite long on this and quite leggy, so it was due a good haircut back, and we went fairly hard on it on the video that we did. If you watch the first part of the video, you'll see we were pretty much just cutting through some fairly thick branches. You know, we know that this is a tree that responds well to pruning back into old growth quite easily. So, but even then, doing it a bit late in the year, and in the UK where we don't have a very long growing season, it wasn't a gamble, but you never know how it responds. Doing it in a warmer climate and earlier in the season is normally preferable. So here we can just nip these back so it gets a bit of a better shape as it goes into the winter. Over here in the UK, this needs a bit of shelter in the winter. They don't really winter outside. We've already got a few of the old leaves going into a little bit of autumn colour in here. So these are the ones that we left a few leaves on it when we did it. So they've started to go to autumn colour. And then of course, all the fresh green leaves it's just put out, they're still quite bright because they're just a few weeks old. So we've just trimmed it back on this side, up through here, coming back over the top, take these larger leaves off, take the old ones off. In here, just trimming back to a pair of leaves always, just a clean, sharp pair of scissors. It's a very unusual tree to have in the UK. You really don't see many of them here. I think on the first video, we got quite a few of you guys commenting that live in warmer climates. You know, you're probably more familiar with this. With Crepe Myrtle, you grow them a lot more than we do. Over here, they're a very rare tree. You know, we don't see many of them at all. This very large leaf can come back, that growth can come back. And you can see here, it's still pushing new growth out, just here. Even budding from the trunk here. There's a few shoots further down here, look, that they want to be taken off. They're very small, they can just pinch out. So I'm just gonna work my way around it, giving it a bit of a prune back. So that's at the end of the trimming on this Crepe Myrtle. So thanks for watching. Little catch up of the tree. You see a beautiful bark we've got in here, and if you click on the link, it will take you to the first video of us trimming this back. So it's only been 7 weeks procedure between the two videos, and it was late in the season. It's done really well. We've still got some guy wires on it, pulling some of these branches down, but now we've cut the branches back, the owner can work on this structure next year and get more ramification and twigginess to the branches in next year and years to come. Thank you very much for watching, and take care.